The RIDGID OCTANE Circular Saw. You know, I remember when I first got this saw, it was shiny and pretty. I remember thinking, that's real nice like, and I can't wait to use and abuse, slice and dice through some moist wood. That's right, I just used every TRZ catchphrase I can think of. But the question is, how has it held up after a year of using and abusing, slicing and dicing? So today we're going to bring out the RIDGID OCTANE Circular Saw again. We're going to revisit everything that we talked about in the past and see if it still holds true. How has it held up over a year? Does it still do what it needs to do? Has anything broken? And would I still recommend it? And hopefully this video will help you make a better buying decision when it comes to this saw. So sit back in your comfy chair, get subscribed, hit that bell notification. And let's start the RIDGID OCTANE Circular Saw. Oh, and there she is 1 year later, the RIDGID OCTANE Circular Saw. It's not as pretty as it used to be, but how's it held up? Do I still like this? Is it still worth the money? Would I still recommend it to you before you spent your money? Yep, that's what we're going to talk about in this video, so let's get that started. The question is, do I still think it is as good as I thought it was when I first did the review? So let me say this, I grab this saw often when I go to do my projects. It has held up fantastic. The build quality on this saw, it's good. I haven't had one issue with this saw since I've been using it. Everything is still intact, nothing has broke, nothing clogs up on me all that much. Everything still operates very smooth when it comes to depth adjustment and bevel. Now I will tell you that I have been using the Octane batteries with this saw every time I go to use it, but you can use your regular 18 volt rigid batteries with it. Just not going to give it as much power as the Octane battery would. So now we're going to take a look and see what this saw can do. We got some treated 2x6 right here, and yes, it's moist. Moist. Now, even though I was using a framing blade, there's enough RPM, there's enough power, there's enough speed to make these cuts super smooth. So smooth. As far as the blade guard goes with riding up over top of the wood, it does a really good job. Sometimes there is a little bit of a catch, but I'll tell you, nothing is bad compared to some of the other saws that we've used on this channel. But what about starting up, soft start, and blade break? Let's check it out. Starts off fast, cuts immediately, the blade break stops very quickly, and I love that paddle up on top instead of one of those little push buttons that everybody else has. Oh yeah, and that rafter hook's real nice like too. Now real quick, let's slice and dice at the 45-degree angle. Now the positive stops on the bevel still works fantastic. Click it right into place, all of your most popular positive stops. We're gonna go on a 45-degree, we're gonna lock it down, we're gonna make a couple cuts. So smooth. Now another really cool thing about this saw that I absolutely love is this little nubby right here, this little handle to hold on to. It's comfortable and it really helps you control those cuts. I don't know why, I just really like that. But let's not forget about the dust collection. Yep, you get a little piece that you could hook your shop back up to if you wanted to, but even the discharge, it does a very good job. Not really any issue with it clogging up. Even if I'm going a little faster, it's fantastic. Spits all that stuff out the side, don't gotta worry about it in my face. And remember, you can bring this up to a 56-degree bevel. Now, not only do I use this saw to cut wood, I use it to cut metal as well. Just throw one of those fancy Diablo saw blades on there, and yep, you'll be able to slice and dice through metal just like anything else. And yep, it does a fantastic job. So as far as it goes with the performance of the saw, I still love it. I think it's a great, powerful little unit that does an awesome job. Now, if you're a handyman, a carpenter, yes, absolutely, I would put this on a professional work site. I think it'll hold up just fine. Everything on here works just fine. The lights, the bevels, the adjustments, the depth setting, everything. However, the only one issue that I've had with this saw is that sometimes that guard gets stuck. Now again, if you wanted to, you could lift up on this like so, but I'm not a big fan of putting my hands next to the blade when it's going. Just my thought. And even with that said, it's still not the worst performing guard that I've ever used. There's other ones out there that I won't mention their names. Makita. Excuse me. The other issue that I have with this saw is that your numbering, well, it's stamped in there on the base plate and it's just a little hard to see. So if you do have bad eyes, you might have a hard time figuring out what the hell you're trying to cut. But other than that all, it has been an extraordinary saw. Yes, it has a couple little flaws that get under my skin, but nothing that I would say would hold me back from buying this saw. It does a good job taking that debris and getting it out of your way. You also have that bright LED light up in the front that still works fine. So I think this saw is extremely versatile, and it definitely has the power to be able to cut through anything you need, or in other terms, slice and dice. After 1 year of solid use, I can still say that it is highly recommended on this channel. Now, if this video has helped you in any sort of way, please smash that like button, as it's greatly appreciated. Get subscribed and hit that bell notification so you don't miss out on any 1 year later reviews. Also, let me know in the comment section, have you ever used this saw? Are you planning on using this saw? I'd love to hear your feedback and your thoughts on this. And with that, I'll see you tomorrow with a new video.